Hello my ghosties, me Sweetlydarklullaby, and time to bring out your coffee and teas because, boom, it is book review day! So yes, I'm reviewing Melissa Marr's Fairy Tales of Nightmares. I will say I do really like the cover. If it wasn't a book cover, it would still be probably a really good piece of artwork. It has a nice contrast, the subtle blues, very nice, but I do think it does go along with the book. Female, light and dark, it's calming. Yeah, but you know, don't judge a book by its cover, so I'll read the back while you stare at the pretty cover. Tales from the world of Wicked, Lovely, and beyond. Dangerous promises and beguiling threats swirl together in a dozen stories of enchantments, dark and light, by the New York Times best-selling author Melissa Marr. Lush, seductive, and chilling, the tales revel in the unseen magic that infuses the world as we know it. So these are short stories and side stories. The side stories are to the Wicked Lovely series. If you haven't read those, I suggest you do. They're very great, they're awesome. And if you love the world of Fae, you would definitely enjoy those books. So Publishers Weekly, which also commented, it's on the back, really sums it up beautifully. The offerings showcase Marr's trademark blend of paranormal romance, folklore, and dark fantasy, with characters placed in complex situations, forced to make hard choices for the sake of love and fulfillment, simple but lyrical language, resourceful female protagonists, and a mixed bag of supernatural delight should hold an allure for fans and newcomers alike. Very nicely said. I think it's awesome. A lot of these shorts do have a lore, and the side stories are great to the Wicked Lovely series because it's gives you more personal insight to the characters from the Wicked Lovely series, and I just love it, especially the ones that involve the Dark Court. You can make a whole series just nothing but the Dark Court with these. It's awesome. Notes, because there's a lot, and hopefully I don't give anything away. So the first story is actually a very short story. It's only one page, and that is Where Nightmares Walk. So there's no beginning, there's no end. It's just right in that moment. So you don't know what's happening, it's just there, and you're just like, oh my god, what's going on? There's a lot of confusion, and that does play out to the character. The character is confused, the character is running, there's something after the character. The next thing you know, the character turns and sees that the companion is no longer a companion, it's evil, it's a nightmare. And so the question is, can the character climb faster or can the nightmares run faster? And I like the concept of that it's a nightmare. It's using nightmares because I think nightmares doesn't necessarily mean the dream nightmare. It could also probably mean fears, like the mistrust, not escaping, lost. Really love it. I also think it's great that there's no ending because it could go any way. So you could probably make it up and say like, can the character get away? Can she fight these evil demons? Who knows? It could be an actual situation or it could be in her dream, in the dream. I keep wanting to say she because everything in this book has a lot of females in it, female protagonists. But I really think this would make a great novel. Actually, just by that one page, because you just want to know what's going on. You have these questions of like, the hell is going on? Why is the dog no longer her companion? Yeah. Winter's Kiss. Now this is a cute short story, which is probably good to read to children because it's just nice. So, this princess has winter's gift. Do not think of Frozen because, yes, they both have powers of winter, but completely different outtake. With this, the princess is very loved. She brings beautiful winters. The only problem is she's out of her environment. She doesn't feel like she fits into her environment. Even though she's loved, she needs a place that she can be free in winter because her kingdom is placed with long summers, but she loves the cold. She loves it. So she goes on this journey to find a place where she could be free and just let out her cold. And she meets up with a bear, and they have a journey together, they become good friends. She does find a place and helps them because they need her help, but that place offers something more for her. A home, an acceptance, love. Love is a love. Not just the case of boy meets girl, but a love for herself, a love for her power, a love for people. It's a cute story. Very cute. And I just love it. and just find a place where you belong is a very big thing, and I'm glad that you just go through this journey, because she wasn't even, because you still question it if you do find a place. Is it really right for you? And that's just the journey. And she just finds herself, which will also make a great novel. It could be expanded. Everything could be expanded. Maybe. Transition. Transition is set in the vampiric world where vampires roam and feast on innocent humans. So, if you haven't heard the lore of most vampires, vampires cannot kill their maker. So either another vampire or they have to turn someone to kill the maker. Thing is, the bond with the maker is a very strong, powerful thing, but it's also quite twisted in a sense. As you've seen this, makers love their creations a lot, and sometimes their creations love them, sometimes they don't. It can end up being very hateful, because you turn into a vampire, you lose a lot of yourself, so you have to transition into living in the world of the dark. So this human gets sucked into this world of vampire just so she could serve the purpose of her maker, to kill his maker. And I think with this, there could be a lot more character development, because it is a short story, so you can't put so much in, but I think there could be a lot in. And it's a sad cycle of people who want to escape their makers, and there's such a mistrust and not a lot of love, because the makers have love, but they don't. Because they just got turned into this dark world, and that transition could go for better or for worse. And I think that will make a great story in a novel, how people change. Not just creature-wise, but themselves. Personality and everything. This one is cute, very lovely, just a lot of love. This is Love Struck, and this is with a human and a Sleechy, which is basically seal people. So, story about Elena. Elena doesn't want to end up like her mother, so that normally involves not falling in love, because she feels like she makes the same mistakes. But she gets across this Sleechy and takes his pelt by accident. Well, with that lore, if you normally take the Sleechy's pelt, they cannot return to sea without it. And sometimes the pelt can put on the glamour on the human, where they feel like if they lose the pelt, they lose the Sleechy and they feel like they're in love. So the obstacle is this real love, or is this just an illusion? And there's more than just that pelt. There's another character that plays a role, and they just goes on to accepting who they are and finding love. It's cute. Who wouldn't love a sea creature? A seal person to cuddle with. Seals are very cute. Okay, now we got to the side stories, and I'm gonna put two of them together because they both involve the Dark Court, and I feel like they do flow, but they're in different times of each book of the Wicked Love series. So Old Habits is after Inking Exchange, and Stopping Time is after Fragile Eternity, and that involves Leslie. But in Old Habits involves Irel and Nell, because they're the two main characters from the Dark Court. Irel used to be king, no longer is. I'm going to try not to talk a lot about it, because you need to read the series to really understand what's going on. But they have their problems, a long history, because they're immortal, and basically they're showing their struggle to accept themselves, each other, and to forgive. And they do love each other a lot. And when they go into Stopping Time with Leslie, who's this human, and this human loves them both, and they both love her, and she basically plays the role of helping them accept each other, and it's so beautiful. It's so cute. I love the Dark Court. I feel like out of all the courts, they have the most development, a lot more issues. It's just great. I just want a whole series just based on the Dark Court, because they're just awesome. I love them. This short story, I love this concept of it. It's the art of waiting. So it's set in this village who has harsh winters, but only to wait it out for the beautiful spring. It's so lush. And that's how the village learned how to wait and be patient with everything. Literally everything. But one day this man decides he wants to settle down here because he found peace within this place, the art of waiting. learn being patient and find peace in the beauty in this. He found his peace. And so he has his daughter, and they live there. Then this other stranger comes along trying to take her away. And this guy's trying to be patient with him. But it goes down, can he learn the peaceful ways from his village, or be what a father should be, dutiful to his children? And that's a good question. Do you learn the practicing or be a father? And that's like that is a very overcome thing, but it's short, and I think it'll be like probably a good horror story as well, if you think about it. Like if you really expand on this, because this village could be quite sketchy because they're just really patient. Something bad happens, they're just wait it out, like, or be quiet about it. I don't know. It sounds like it'll be a good horror story. Flesh for comfort. I think this could also be a good horror story as well. But it's basically making this girl making dealings with fae or fake creatures or any type of creature to get the body she wants. So body image issues. She's not very pretty, but they do something, and it's like a painful procedure to do. And she must keep making these deals to maintain this beauty. And I feel like, because it's very short, it could go off many ways with this, but I feel like it can also be a horror story because it's gonna be a time when you want to stop and you're gonna be facing inner conflicts and stuff. It's very nice, like the lengths you go just so you can be happy with yourself. Yeah. Okay, this story was actually the idea which sparked the Wicked Lovely series, The Sleeping Girl and the Summer King. So, when winter comes, the sleeping girl will sleep through the winter, and when summer comes, when she's of age, she will make a choice to be winter or summer. And there's just a lot of love, a lot of longing. So the Summer King does love his girls, but the girl is trying to make choices. She choose the fun and freedom or long for something she can never be in. It's just the choices you make, and this leads into the Wicked Love series, like the idea. So I think it's very nice. I love the concept of the choices you need to choose. Do you want to choose something for someone else or for yourself? It's nice. These last three stories are the side stories to the Wicked Lover series, which I think happened at the end of the series. But the first one is Cotton Candy Skies. This takes place in the world of Fae, which Annie brings in, and her brother Rabbit lives there as well. I don't want to give all away because you have to read the series to really understand, but Rabbit is living in this world where you can basically make anything come to life. So, like, you want to add an extra room, just think about it and you have a new room in your house. But doing this because you can do basically anything. He feels very lost. Because back in the human world had everything, so he feels lost. He's getting very depressed. But he does meet someone else, another Fae, has stars in her eyes. She completes him, gives him purpose in life and love. It's cute. I think you read it more. I think you actually read the series to actually understand what's going on here, or you'll be a little confused. An unexpected family. This involves Seth. If you don't know Seth, you read the series. But he became Fae, and he finally got the perfect life. He got the girl, he's no longer weak, he found a place he belongs. The only problem is his mortal parents, parents that gave birth to him when he was human. So he's going there, trying to see what's up. It's like, or why they're stuck in the mountains, and he found acceptance there, but I can't say how. The last one from the Wicked Lovely series of this short is Merely Mortal, which again happens at the end of the series. So it's with Keenan and Donna. I feel like I really talked about this. I really gave away a lot away. But they loved each other. They couldn't be together because they're two opposites, and then more happened. And they're going through this trial of accepting each other no matter what it is. And just really following their hearts and just working it out. Not letting anything actually get away anymore, because they're both depressing characters. Very depressed with the life they had. And now there's like, we can actually change it, and they are. And I think it's very cute. A lot of love. Yeah. That was Melissa's Marr's Fairy Tales and Nightmares. Yes, I do think a few of these shorts do have potential to become great novels, especially where nightmares walk. but you know, each to their own. So they're just shorts. I think the thing with short stories is that you need to keep very open-minded. Like, they're not going to be a complete novel with a lot of adventure. Like, Lava, it's mostly just concepts, like kind of like painting and stuff, music. You gotta look at it in a very artsy way, and these are actually pretty good. I really like them. But you know, never judge a book by its cover. And I hope you enjoy this too. Remember to read the Wicked Lovely series to get an insight of these side stories. I hope you enjoy this book review, sipping along with your coffee or tea. And see you next time, my ghosties. Have a lovely weekend.